7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Is she satisfied or dissatisfied? She is just a customer, just like everyone else. Like always, giving it to you raw and unedited. Over to you, Shorty. Over to you. Over to you.
Okay, so hopefully this week's podcast isn't going to be as boring as last week's one. Because last week's one was so boring. So boring. Apologies for that. Well, should I really apologise? I'm allowed to be boring sometimes. But anyway, so this week, hopefully it's not as boring. But I do feel a little bit hyper today because I had a good sleep. You know, when you come in, and it's been raining and you've been caught in the rain and you come in, go into your PJs and then you sort of slip into the bed and then you turn the electric blanket on, but you've got the window open because first world problems and all that. So you have the window open and then you've got electric blanket on and you just drift off to sleep and you sleep for like proper deep sleep. And then you wake up covered in sweat because you're like, shit, I've just slept with the electric blanket on. Like, that is the most grotesque way of waking up, and I hate sweat. So it's literally like, while I was in zombie mode, because it takes me a while to function. And then when you open your eyes, it takes me a while. That's why I'm not a morning person at all. Just not a morning person. And so zombie mode, had to change my bedding, jump in the shower, because it was just like, but it was such a good sleep. I actually felt like I was in the womb again, you know. I mean, I don't remember being in the womb in the first time I was in the womb, but when you sleep with electric blanket on, it's so cozy and it's like, you just go in a fetal position and it just takes you back to being inside the womb, the most safest place. But then you wake up and it's like, oh gosh. Anyway, so this week, FYI, so I'm recording this a bit earlier in the day, like unlike, stutter again. Let's start again. So I'm recording this a bit earlier in the day, like unlike I'm used to. Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, what is going on with my speech? It's terrible. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm recording this earlier than I normally do. So you may hear police sirens, people shouting, because again, living in the town centre, you get all that background noise. But as you know, that this show is raw and unedited, so I don't blank out anything. So you're just gonna, whatever I hear, you're gonna hear, and all the rest of it. If I burp, it'll be an accidental burp, or anything like that, but it's all raw and unedited because I'm not a professional podcaster and I don't have that special studios that most podcasters have, and I'm not a technical sound technician or podcast technician, you know, whatever it is. I'm not one of those. I just record everything from my Samsung phone and voila. So anyway, what was I going to say? So, what's been happening? Me as a customer. Okay, so I went to Harvester again. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Harvester fan. It's just that somehow this year I'm going to Harvester quite a bit. So my friend bought a Groupon, you know, 2 for £20, whatever it was, the deal. And yeah, so we went to Harvester up in the Galleria in Hatfield. It's weird, the Galleria, because I've been there for like many times for years and years and years. It's never, considering it's an outlet shopping centre and it's quite big, I'd say it's huge, because there's a lot of walking space, between the shop front door to the centre. It's wide, yeah. So I'd say it's big. Compared to Wembley's outlet, I'd say Hatfield's a lot better in terms of discounts and everything like that. But the Wembley one, I did go there when it was failing you. But once you know the Galleria, you don't tend to go to any other outlet centre. But anyway, go back to Galleria. Yeah, it's always empty. Even on a weekend, it's always empty. Like, not saying like I'm the only one that's walking, inside there, but it just always appears empty. And you've got the university in Hatfield. You sort of think that, where do students shop? I thought students are meant to be broke. Like, you can go to the Galleria and buy, some stuff there, discounted rate. But yeah, it's always empty. But I just, had a little wander before going into Harvester and everything. And yeah, so talk about Harvester. So in Harvester, everyone was great. Waitress was great, everything. Very good experience. Got a table very quickly because, again, it was quite empty in there. I don't know. Nando's didn't look as... there was a lot of empty tables in Nando's. But why is no one going to Hatfield? Everything's all in restaurants, and you've got the outlet. It's all in one place. Why is no one going into Hatfield Galleria? Anyway, so Harvester was fairly empty. So we got the attention that we deserved as customers and things. So told the waitress that, we're using the Groupon deal. And it's quite funny. So she's like, okay. Can I quickly have a look at the deal? And we're like, okay, sure, there. Flashed the phone at her. And then she went and called somebody, another waiter. And then he was like, 1 second. He disappears for like, I don't know, a minute. Comes back. And at the back of the receipt, he's actually written down what you're allowed to get from the voucher. And I thought, you know what? That's a very good idea. Because the first time that I used the Groupon voucher, I remember going into another Harvester, not the Galleria, another Harvester, and told the guy, using the Groupon voucher. And then I sort of said, so technically it's any, whatever, ribs, chicken, whatever meal, blah, 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 drinks. And he basically said to me, it's whatever it says on the Groupon. And I'm thinking, all right. Jeez. So me and my friend ordered, this is not the Harvester visit just now. I've gone backwards. So ordered the food, ordered the unlimited drinks, and it's only when the bill came, he goes, no, the refill drinks are not included in the voucher. And I thought, are you effing kidding me? Like, you could have mentioned that when we ordered the refill, like, by the way, or BTW, it's not part of the voucher. But anyway, that was that experience, and that was before the podcast, so whatever. But so when we went to Harvester last week, the guy writing it on the back of the receipt, I actually thought, you know what, kudos to you. That's very, you are using your initiative. But it's a shame that Harvester doesn't have a separate menu for Groupon. Like, it shouldn't take a staff member to have to handwrite it at the back of a receipt. Because I think that offer is quite a common offer, I think, on Groupon. But, yeah. But other than that, it was a nice meal. Went for the ribs, obviously. The chips were good this time, unlike the last time I went. Yeah, so that was good. So other than that, so right now I'm getting my addiction again to Biltong. I'm saying again as if you'd know that before, but yeah, I love Biltong. If you don't know what it is, you can Google it. Biltong. Biltong. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, and the other day I went to go to the South African shop in St. Albans, the Bock and Rose. Everyone there's so friendly, and I got my stash of Biltong and I've just been munching on it. So good. I've had beef jerky once, you know, when you buy the little packets from like Tesco's or whatever shop, and beef jerky is nowhere near as nice as Biltong. But for those that don't know Biltong, if you haven't Googled it yet, it's similar in inverted commas, but it's not, to Biltong. But yeah, at the Bock and Rose, everyone was just so friendly, like really friendly. But being African, I came here when I was 4.5, and I've only been back a few times, which I know is bad. But that shop, I've been with my mum, and my mum, like, she likes South African shops because it reminds her of her country. Or, as I say her, obviously I'm part of that country, aren't I? But yeah, Botswana, so where Meghan's ring is being made from Botswana. Holla! But yeah, so that's Meghan and Prince Harry, by the way. But yeah, so the shop's really nice, and it makes my mum all nostalgic and stuff. I hardly know some of the stuff in there, but Biltong, when I see Biltong, I'm cool. You know, just let me be. That's the only time I'd probably be quiet, if I've just got a bag of Biltong and I'm just eating that shit and just munching it. It's so good. But it's not as good as the ones, I don't know if I'm talking too much and if it's illegal, but when people bring Biltong over, is that illegal from Africa? I don't know. If it's illegal, I never said that. If it's illegal, you know, because I'm law abiding and everyone I know is law abiding. Everyone, every single person. But yeah, anyway, so the Biltong it's amazing. It's amazing. And I think Selfridges, Selfridges also sell it as well, different flavors. I had the teriyaki one. It's not that nice, but, Selfridges do different flavors. So yeah. I don't know. You know when a song gets stuck in your head and I keep singing it? You know, it's such a random song. And as I'm talking, it's forcing me to sing it. So I'm going to try not to sing it. But yeah, so Saturday, St. Albans Market, saw my favourite butchers, got my ribs. Oh yeah, my ribs. I marinated them. I bought Chinese chili oil from Sainsbury's because I thought it would be like the actual Chinese chili oil that you tend to get from Chinese supermarkets. No. It was not even hot at all. It was rank. That's all I can say. It was rank. It was just oil with bits in it. I don't know what the hell the bits were, but I refused to look at the ingredients because, you know, sometimes some things are better if you don't know. You know what I mean? It's like if you're on a roller coaster, if I'm on a roller coaster ride, sometimes I shut my eyes because it's safer that I don't see anything. But then when I shut my eyes, I start visioning and I start thinking of Final Destination, the film. And then it's like, shit, I'm going to die. That's why I don't go on those rides anymore. But yeah, anyway, so I saw my favourite butchers and everything. That was great. On Saturday as well, went to Boots. And it was so weird because there was no one in the queue, as in no customers queuing up at the pharmacy bit. I sound like I'm ill, don't I? Because last time I was at Boots, I was at the pharmacy section. But sometimes it's better to either... One thing I know... If you're buying something from the shop floor, don't queue up at the queuing up place. Don't queue up there with like a long queue. Always pay at the perfumery bit where there's hardly anyone or maybe just one person in front of you. But it was so weird when I went to go and pay at the pharmacy section, not the pharmacy where you get your medicine, the bit that's next to that pharmacy where you get your medicine from. There was nobody in the queue. I was just like, hey, this is weird. Am I stuck in the Matrix or what the hell? It's Saturday. No one's sick or no one needs anything. But the shop was actually busy. I don't know. Maybe everyone was stealing that day. I think so. I think it was pickpocketing day in Boots because there was no one at the till at all. Strange. Absolutely strange. Speaking of strange, today I just finished my little drama group. Yeah, I'm doing drama. It's quite funny because we played this game. You know the game where you've got to say 3 facts about yourself but one of them has to be a lie. So I did one. But when it was my turn, my 3 facts were: I've climbed a mountain, I was kidnapped when I was young, and I once threw up on a guy on a train. And it was so funny because no one guessed the truth. But yeah, so one of them was a lie. But people were shocked for the outcome of that. Yes, anyway, so when I come out of drama and everything, I was walking through the high street of St. Albans and it was empty. Like, empty. Even the chuggers weren't there to approach you and hound you to sign up for something like, I don't know, some charity thing or Sky TV or Virgin Active. People weren't pouncing on you to sign up to their services or something like some kind of, I don't know, Tyrannosaurus Rex or something. But it was the streets were absolutely empty, the main street. So I went because I wanted to get a diary, because I'm trying to channel into my Anne Frank, Adrian Mole kind of thing. I've thought to myself, you know what, carry a diary with you, and when you do have these encounters or these things that happen when you're just a customer, you can kind of write it down quickly, because sometimes I'm so last minute that when I do the podcast, I have to try and remember what happened that week. And when I finish the podcast, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't mention this, I didn't mention that. Oh, crumbs. Oh shit. So I went to get a diary. And again, the pound shop was empty. Like, not empty, the shop itself. There were people in the shop, but there was no one queuing. And it was so random. It was so random. Again, it's like, is this pickpocketing day? Or am I... Oh, here I'm going to sound like a proper nutty mare, aren't I? But, you know, sometimes you kind of think of your own existence. Like, do I exist? You know, I remember one time I used to think, if I'm alone in a room, does the outside exist? Does my mum exist? My sisters, my friends? Does Brent Cross Shopping Centre exist? Does anything exist? Do things only appear when you want them to appear? But they only appear, like, it's not like Brent Cross Shopping Centre, it will be in Brixton or something. It will still be in the same location. Oh, geez. They're going to bring out the straitjacket for me, aren't they? Anyway, let me just do my little pause for now. So, the podcast hasn't finished, by the way, 'cause I normally do this bit at the end, but I'm going to try and sneak this in, not middle, but, at some point. So, don't forget to like the page on Facebook of I Am Just a Customer. Follow me on Twitter at I'm Just a Customer. So not I am, but I am, because some person has got the I Am Just a Customer. And I bet it's a wasted account as well. And also don't forget to look on the website at www.iamjustacustomer.com, and feel free to drop me a note on there on the contact page. I read all the emails on there. So yeah. Anyway, back to my Pound World. So I'm in Pound World, and literally no one's at the queue. So anyway, so that's what I was going to say. So I went to get my diary. I went to look for the diary, and they were doing it for half price, 50p. Yeah, bargain. And it's an A5 size. And I know my bag, which I've had since, I don't know, Jesus was born. No, that would make it BC. No, I had it before, AD. I had it during the BC times, the caveman times. My bag that I have, I love it. My little bag, my little Converse bag. I had it. That's such good material. Yeah, Converse. Boom. Yeah, so I picked up the A5 diary, and I thought, okay, will it fit in my bag? So I remember standing there just thinking, how do I check to see if this is going to fit in my bag? There's only one way to do it, and that's to put it in my bag. But then it's like, okay, I don't need to steal something that costs 50p. But I'm just thinking, if I put it in my bag, what if SWAT team, FBI, MI5, MI6, ABC, XYZ comes out with their shotguns and that red laser thing and everything? What if they come? Oh gosh, can you imagine that in the papers? All because of a 50p diary that was half price. So anyway, so I thought, okay, you know what? Let me just do the dutiful thing. Had to hunt for somebody that works there, hunt for them, and saw this guy, and I was like, so I'm not stealing this diary, but can you just watch me as I put it in my bag? I just need to check if it fits in there. And he laughed, and he was like, no, you're all right. And I thought, nah. You can say, yeah, you're right, but then when the shit hits the fan and I'm accused of stealing, you're going to refute that statement. So I was like, no. I just want you to check. Don't stop stocking up the shelves, right? You don't need to stock up the Oats So Simples just yet, because I'm on an important mission. Because right now, my criminal record is in your hands. Because I want you to witness everything. So the guy watched me, and I put it in my bag. I thought, yep, perfect fit. And then I was like, okay, fine. I've removed it from my bag, and the guy laughed. And I was like, you see, it's in my hands. I've removed it from my hand. Now I don't know if I went over the top, because it's okay, I'm the only black person in this shop, so you've got to be extra careful kind of thing. I have no idea if it was because of that, but it was literally I don't want to appear like I'm a thief. I'm not a thief, but sometimes some people might think, oh no, I thought you were stealing. 'Cause I remember years ago when the guy from Coronation Street, the Asian guy, I've forgotten his name. And he was married or dating Sunita or something. And in real life, I think he was caught shoplifting in Brentford Shopping Centre or something. And it wasn't a huge story, but it was huge enough that, you know, I was aware of the storyline. And I think it's things like that when I can't remember if he actually stole or if he didn't steal, but it was just that thing of that shame kind of thing. That's why I could never steal. And also I was brought up in a family where it's like, you know, if you want something, save up and get it, or come and ask, like us as in parents, for the money, we'll give it to you. So I've never had to, but for some reason, I don't know if it's, I have no idea. Maybe I sleepwalk and I go stealing. I don't know. But for some reason, I'm very sensitive to being accused of stealing. I've no idea why. But anyway, fast forward. I bought it. There was no one in the queue. Yeah, got it, 50p. And I was out of there. Then went to Tesco. And it was quite funny. So I've started eating peanuts. Peanuts is not my favourite nuts. Cashews are the best. And I like the Holland and Barrett cashews. Oh, they're so nice. If you close your eyes, it tastes like white chocolate if you close your eyes. But anyway, so for some reason I'm eating peanuts. So I went into Tesco and there was a worker, some guy. And I was in my own little world, you know, because I tend to, when I'm out and about, I tend to put on my earphones and listen to podcasts. Not mine, obviously, because I hate my voice. Anyone that hears my voice, I'm so sorry. But I like listening to Sword and Scale podcast, all about true crime, or I listen to music. So I don't know why, I just zone out when I'm walking out and about. So I put my MP3 player. Yes, I think I'm the only person right now in 2018, let's include 2017 as well, who still uses an MP3 player. You know, the little, it's a SanDisk one. I think they're trying to copy the iPod. I'm still the only person that uses an MP3. And I've had little kids saying, what is this? And I'm looking, thinking, shit, I'm aging. People are saying to me, what is this? Oh my gosh. You know, I used to do that with the abacus, you know, like, what the hell is that? It's an abacus. What? What's that? Oh, that's how, you know, instead of calculators. Oh, strange. But yeah, I've had little kids say to me, like, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, it's an MP3 player. And they're like, oh, but don't you have it on your phone? And I'm just like, yeah. But anyway, so anyway, in Tesco's, and I put my MP3 player on pause, and I was listening to the song that I was mentioning before that's in my head. And for me, I'm one of those customers, I hate looking for things. Like, I'm an asker. I will ask you, even if it's right in front of me, which has happened in a few occasions. I'll be like, oh, where's this? Where's that? Because I don't like going up and down aisles looking for something. And this is like a small Tesco little metro thing, but I just hate looking for things. I'd rather ask. So anyway, this guy stocking shelves, and I said to him, I was like, excuse me, where's your nuts? Now, when I asked that question, it was a normal question. It was just an ordinary question. But as soon as that question mark sign, the one that you actually don't say, when that formed, I looked at him, he looked at me. But the funny thing, and we shared the moment of like pissing ourselves laughing, but we didn't actually piss ourselves laughing out loud. But it was just like, oh, yeah. And he was like, oh, I'll show you. And then even that was like, we just shared a moment. Even when he goes to me, oh, I'll show you. He was like, oh, I didn't mean to say that, like that. But it was just like a moment. And, you know, I thought, that actually made me actually smile. That's actually funny. Such an innocent question. But yeah, so she's like, excuse me, where's your nuts? But yeah, I'm still smiling now. I feel like a little child, like a little schoolgirl. So funny, ha 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 ha. But yeah, so I think that's it for this week. Oh, before I go, so I'm going to channel in my inner Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Diddy, and the artist formerly known as Prince, my hero, R.I.P., don't make me cry. Oh dear, when doves cry. Yes, I'm thinking of changing my name from Shorty to another name. So when you next hear my voice, I might have a different name. See, that's the thing with me. I'm quite fickle. That's why I don't get tattoos. I'd love to get a tattoo, and my friends do encourage me to get one. But I always say I can't because I always change my mind. I get bored easily, you know, and I just think that I don't need to get one because it will, I mean, imagine like if I had that, you know, when the tattoos were going for that Chinese writing phase or that Pamela Anderson barbed wire phase. I mean, if I'd got one back then, right now, I would have taken a knife and scraped my skin off, just giving myself my own skin graft. Because that would have just pissed me off, like having that marked on my body for life. But I'd love to get one. But I just change my mind so quickly. I get bored easily. I mean, who knows? There may be no podcast after this one. I might be just like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it. Can't be asked. But yeah. I mean, getting this lip piercing, at least that I can remove it when I want. Even though I haven't taken it out since putting it in September. But a tattoo's for life. But the thing is, tattoos, I know they call them tramp stamps and everything, but I think on men, they look so good. So good. On some women, it looks nice. But I think if it looks like, on women, it looks nice if you've got that whole rock chick badass look. But on men, I think it's so attractive. But at the same time, I think, you know, if I had a partner with tattoos, I think I'd probably get bored of tattoos. So then you'd have to leave my life because to me, it's like, those tattoos are boring me and I keep seeing them and, you know, you can't like take a remote control and change it. Anyway, so yeah, so I said before, Facebook, look for me there at I Am Just a Customer, Twitter at I'm Just a Customer, without the apostrophe, and on the website, www.iamjustacustomer.com. So, for the last time I'm going to say, this is Shorty, because, oh, damn it. Okay. This is the last time I'm saying it because the real Shorty is dead. I tried to copy Taylor Swift, but I've only heard her say it once. I can't do it word for word. Oh. Anyway, that song is really okay. So that's it for this week. I need to stop this podcast so I can belt out this tune because it's about to rack my brain. So next week, new name, and same person. Or who knows, I might change. But yes, I'm channeling into my new P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, and the artist formerly known as Prince, R.I.P. Oh, I miss that man. Anyway, Love, peace and hair grease. Bye.